Did you eat it on the way? Did you get a new hat? Oh, I haven't seen you in a while.
It's like Sunday.
Yeah. I met Austin's girl. The intern? Yeah, his girlfriend. Mia? She lives at... Yeah. I say we do post-election, as we all talk all about the election. Going for clicks. What's going out of control? Cool. What's the White House? Like the White House? Oh. God, that pizza smells good.
All right.
That pizza smells good. Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm the only person in history to gain weight while training for a marathon. It's got to be on a world record.
We are back. Welcome in, friendos.
Depends on what kind of marathon.
If you are still our friendos.
Hey.
It's been so long since we've done this.
We lost our viewer.
When was
I forgot to tell my mom that we were going to be on it.
My mom actually watches sometimes too.
We're not. Are we even on Facebook?
Yeah, I'm streaming.
Are you? I don't see it. Oh, maybe because, yeah.
You got to go to the right page.
Yeah, I'll get there.
The algorithm.
I'll go.
It is Thursday, November 14th. How in the world can it be November already?
Last podcast was September 12th.
September 12th?
Was it really that
think,
long ago?
something
2
like
months?
that, yeah.
Well, at this rate, we'll be into 2015.
We're back, people.
2 weeks from Thanksgiving today.
All right. That about wraps it up. Good. All right.
Don't forget to mute your computer, Greg, before you open up the...
I did.
the stream.
I already did.
Oh, nice. Look at you.
But I'm trying to find. There it is. Where I could see. I think the last one was September 12th. Let's see.
I believe
That's
you.
what I'm saying. So just pause and enjoy Andy taking a bite of his lunch.
We did a post-mortem on the block party, I think.
Yep, I think so.
Yep.
Yep.
Post-mortem. Jeez, did someone die?
I don't know.
Not at the block party.
I
Maybe
saw
afterwards.
some serious something happened over by Dunkin' Donuts earlier.
Nah.
Saw a bunch of first responders over there.
Rogers?
Actually, closer to Freddy's on that side. Yeah. It's like I don't. No commentary on the food, but
Yeah. Well, hey.
boy, this is really awkward, huh?
All right.
This is.
Oh, good. We got our fan.
We don't know what to do.
Yeah,
What do I do with my hands?
Yep.
we are. We're live.
We're just really
So-
bad at bantering because we haven't done it for a while.
There's 4 of us in this room. You can only see 3 of us, but there's 4 of us in the room, in this room, and I'm talking about the tile area, Paul, and 2 of them will be in Hawaii or have been in Hawaii in the last few months.
Yep.
2 of them will not.
September
Greg, do you want to
13th.
guess which 2
September
will not be
13th.
there?
That took way too long. September 13th was the last time we did a podcast. 2 months.
2 months.
2 months yesterday.
Yeah.
We made it. We were fasting, I guess we could say.
So Paul told me he went to Hawaii
Yeah, Paul was in Hawaii.
and wrote it off as a business expense because he was scouting for Andy's
I think so.
wedding.
That works.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it was
travel
very
agent, we
savvy
could do
of
that.
him.
I'm angling for a Northridge campus in Hawaii. Then,
Sure.
hey, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool, right?
I mean, 7 months ago, I would have been the first to volunteer to do that. Now, I don't know. I don't know what my
We're
response
really
would be.
We're going to really test the depth of this relationship here. Would you, Andy, take a pastor gig in Hawaii if it was offered to you right now?
Right now,
Yes.
probably not.
Well, Ben did say
Good
we're
answer.
going to church plant 2
Yeah.
churches. He said last service.
Yeah, that's
he
in
didn't.
like-
he
It's
didn't
not
say-
in Hawaii.
It's
He
in, like
didn't say
big, it's in like
where.
Big Lake. Big Lake, not Big Island. Yeah, Big Lake
Oh.
and Monticello, not Maui.
I feel like he left it open to.
Yeah.
You know, is that where it is? Big Lake.
Yeah, Big Lake, and then where's the other one? Yeah, Carver. I was gonna, it's like somewhere else, another part of the
okay.
metro, but
Well, that's. I mean, that might as well be Hawaii
Yeah.
from here.
Yeah.
Right.
Carver,
I mean,
not
honestly.
Carver, not Kauai. Big Lake, not Big Island, but
Yeah.
it's the Hawaii of Minnesota. Big Lake.
That's a very common phrase I
it
think
is.
I've heard.
They should put that on their water tower.
You know, it's funny though. Some people say they can never move to Hawaii because they would feel like they get
Island
island fever or island sick or whatever, cabin fever. But if you think about the average person, never leaves the metro area
No.
in
Yeah.
a 10-year or even more than
Yeah.
that span.
No, I agree.
And so, like Oahu is probably bigger than the metro area. So
It's
I
just you
read-
can't leave if you want to. That's
you
the
can
problem.
leave if you want to on
Yeah, but
Oahu.
it's hard. You can't just go for a 3-hour drive north. I'm just saying.
On the
for
Big
those
Island, you
people
could.
that want to, just, but there's a limit.
It would take you about
There
4 and a
is
half.
the end of the
You
world.
can't.
there.
Yeah.
It would could take you 4 hours, 3 hours to get to the North Shore from the South Shore of the Big Island.
Hey, something else has happened.
I believe I
since
saw
last time we
somewhere.
podcasted. I just caught a glimpse of something in view
What's that?
right here. This sticker in the center of my laptop. It says L.A.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Dodgers won the World Series.
Dodgers did win the
Couple
World
weeks
Series.
back.
is that baseball?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
old news. So much has happened since then.
It is kind of old news by now.
Yeah.
But I have a T-shirt that proves it,
Okay.
and it's not.
Did you wear
the-
that just today because you knew you were going to
No,
be on the
it's a
podcast?
coincidence.
No coincidence.
I did wear it last Wednesday to youth group to show Brennan.
I
Anderson.
basically grab a shirt and wear it for the whole week.
Speaking of Brennan, it
And
was
then
his
switch.
birthday yesterday.
I know. Brennan
Happy birthday,
Anderson,
Brennan.
Oh, I didn't know
16
that.
years old.
Yeah, I
Wow.
guess I didn't know that.
I asked him last night if he got his license. He's like, not yet. But
Well, maybe today.
kids are different, man. We used to plan on our
Oh,
16th
goodness.
birthday.
Yeah.
That was
They
it.
wait
10
till they're
a.m.
18.
10 a.m. I was taking mine.
As soon as you can. Yeah.
Yep.
Right
I was
in-
still
in
in ninth
Anoka.
grade.
What?
You got held
At
back
the end
though,
of-
right? Didn't you get held back in school?
You're in ninth grade when you're 16?
Because I was smaller and I was a minority. My parents held me back. Yes. So then I became the oldest.
So
in my
double
class.
minority, smaller in Minnesota.
So-
Minority.
Was it
already.
actually so you could dominate hockey? They held you back so
Yeah.
you'd be older on that for
Never-
hockey.
Like that?
Never played
was it,
hockey.
That's a
the
trick.
Padres or someone just got? There was a kid in the Dominican Republic that was trying to say he was 14, but he was like 19. He was playing like with 14-year-olds. He's smaller, but
Yeah.
and I think the Padres had signed him, and they
Huh.
just got some kind of. They were able to get out of it somehow, but that was you in high school, huh? Double minority,
Double
small
minority.
Minnesota. If
But
you're
see,
under
the thing
six,
is, then I was
6'8",
bigger than
you're-
everybody until 8th grade.
Yeah.
I came back after 8th grade.
It's
and-
because you were 15.
Yeah, everybody. I came back
They
after.
were all 12,
right,
dude.
After 8th grade. Everybody is so much bigger than me.
Yeah, that happens.
But yeah, it was like 2 days before the last day of school, my birthday, got my driver's license. I drove to junior high. I didn't even know where to park. I had to go into the office and say, where should I park? They're like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
didn't have a
Yeah.
permit. Didn't know where the park.
Yeah, they're like, well, I guess you can park in the teacher's area.
They probably don't sell a lot of student parking passes
No,
at the junior
not,
high,
not
do
at
they?
the junior high. Maple Grove Junior High.
Also, not at White Zeta. They all have chauffeurs, don't they?
Yeah.
Drop them off.
7th, 8th, and 9th grade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's my driver's going to
Yeah,
drop
that-
me off here? And,
Is that how Paul got to school? They dropped him off?
yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Didn't you go to Wyzetta? Yeah.
Actually, Jordan, have you watched that Martha Stewart documentary on Netflix?
No.
Okay. I know, that sounds so lame. Like, why would I ask that question? Here's why. Because last night we were just looking to find something, and I was like, oh, look at... Someone was telling me about it Sunday at church. Someone was telling me, this person remained nameless, because it's another guy, and I don't want him to lose street cred, but he was telling me about the Martha Stewart documentary. And he said...
Sounds
He
like
said-
Kenny Craps would be my
No,
guess.
he wasn't here. No.
Okay.
But he said she doesn't seem like a very nice person. But anyway, I had no idea like how her husband that she married was like already uber wealthy because she was in college in New York, and they said like this friend of hers, another young lady, got dropped off in a Rolls Royce and then set her up with. I want you to set you up with my brother who goes to Yale Law School, and he came and picked her up in a Mercedes. And like, anyway, who gets dropped off at college in a Rolls
No, not.
in New York? Just Wyzetta kids.
I had an 89 Chevy Silverado that was loaded up
Nice.
with all my
With rust. And
with my three things that I probably owned at the time.
have a gun rack?
It didn't have a back seat. It was just a bench with the sliding glass right there. So I couldn't even have a gun rack.
My first car. What was your first car?
The first car I bought with my own money was a 1987 Honda CRX
Nice.
SI. Little two-seater, 5-speed, sunroof. The thing zipped around.
Yeah,
and
you
then I
probably
sold
got
it for the
trouble.
same amount of money I bought it. I bought it for $3,000 and sold it for $3,000.
All right.
And then I heard the transmission dropped out of it like a month later.
I had an 85 Chevy Cavalier. Not cool.
85.
It was good. 1985.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Cavaliers, they had the Cavalier, was it GT or SE? They had two different ones, like the Mustang, they had the SE and the GT.
No.
But the Cavalier with the ground effects on it, those are actually cool looking cars.
No, not that one.
So then that was the normal,
Yeah.
boring one. Yeah,
Yeah, it was just a boring Cavalier.
yeah. So what else has happened since the last time we podcast? Dodgers won the World Series.
Dodgers won the World Series.
There was an election.
Andy beat me by a field goal last week in fantasy.
Yep. At the very end of the
last
Lions
game of the evening.
the field goal kicker to win
I was already asleep.
to win their game, I won my fantasy with that 52-yard field goal. I was down by 3, hit the 52-yarder, went up by 2. It was pretty awesome because I figured I was going to lose that week. I only have one loss on the year,
Yeah.
and so I was thinking I'd go 2 losses now, but yeah,
I have that one. It was a bad week.
it was a bad week for a lot of
A
people.
lot of people, but
Yeah.
I have that loss.
Not Jamar Chase.
Unless you had Jamar Chase. It was a bad week. I had that loss. I had one loss where I had like 3 guys hurt, and then another one where it was a close one.
You lost by like 7 yards.
Yeah.
Yeah, point
It's like an average play.
7.
That's not even a good play.
Right,
Just
right.
I lost by
So-
my family league. Yeah, I lost by 0.7 points to my cousin.
Did you do the guillotine
I
thing
did,
this year?
and
Did
I
you
was
get chopped?
out. Yeah, like
Week one.
3.
Oh, see,
Yeah.
see, that's what I was assuming would happen
Yeah.
last year,
Yeah.
and that's why I got all excited by that shirt, and I ended up having to wear that shirt.
I got
What
extra
happened to
early.
that shirt? Did
I
you
still
give it
have
back?
it.
You
Still
still
have
have
it?
it?
I'm gonna do it for the youth league, the loser of the youth league, which
The
is
pink unicorn shirt?
Yep.
Right? Yeah.
I suck at fantasy
That's the
football.
last time we did a podcast, I think.
Yeah, right. No,
Yes.
we talked about the engagement last time,
Yeah.
didn't
When was the last time we
Yeah,
did a podcast?
September 13th.
Okay, that would have been
Yeah, we
two
talked about
days,
you
a
being
day
engaged.
after I got
we? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
engaged. So
Yeah.
yeah, I did get engaged. We're getting married in Hawaii on February 12th. We're gonna live stream
Everyone's
it.
invited. Whoever wants to come.
Anybody can come. I can't pay for you to get there, and I don't
Yeah.
can't pay for you to stay there. But
But if you're
otherwise,
there, come on by.
If you can't come,
If you're there, swing by.
if you can't come,
Bring a salad too.
yeah, potluck.
it's on a
If
Wednesday
your last name
night.
is A through L, bring it. Main dish.
We're actually going to be at Duke's, which Paul, when he was just there last week, they went to Duke's for dinner.
Spam. They love spam over there.
Yeah.
You should bring some, yeah. Duke's
February
mean
12th. It's a
spam.
Wednesday night at 6 o'clock local time. So it'll be 2 o'clock Hawaii time. And yeah, it's going to be live streamed. And so it's not going to be very long, but we will actually be able to have a chance to say hi to everybody at the end of the service. So
You're going to have a camera like,
I would love to see, I don't know, maybe this is too arrogant. It'd be cool to have people do like watch parties or something like that.
yeah.
Yeah, they're going to watch it
I
at
was going
youth
to
group.
say, when we have a camera, can we have like so you could see everybody?
I don't know
Let's
how
go
much.
live to the youth room and like see all the kids.
Oh, so we can see you?
Yeah.
No, I don't think that'll happen. But
Is your brother going?
he will be there, my sister and my mom, and then Samantha's mom and dad, her 2 kids, herself and me. And
That's
then we
important.
just heard that her youngest sister is going to be going to the Big Island for a month or 2 around that same time. So she's planning on coming over
Nice.
for the wedding. And then we're trying to get her middle sister, Larissa, to see if we can find somebody to do the chores on the farm, because she's one of the people that works with her dad on the farm
Okay.
and does all the chores, milking. They sell milk and eggs, so she does all that stuff. And unfortunately, she gets stuck. She has to get stuck here to take care of all that.
I think we should have Greg do that and then podcast him doing that. Like live stream. Here's Greg
What was that one?
chasing a chicken around.
What was that one show in the '80s with Wheeze and the Juice guy?
Pauly Shore?
Pauly Shore.
Yeah.
He was on a
Wheeze and the
farm.
Juice.
Son-in-law.
Son-in-law.
Oh,
Son-in-law.
yeah. I thought you were
Yeah.
going to say the
We learned how to do all the farm
Inbreeders.
chores.
Paris Hilton one, and Nicole Richie. What was that?
I don't even know what you're talking
Early
about.
2000s? Yes, you do. Don't try to pretend like you
You're the one who watches Martha Stewart, so
It's on Netflix, dude. It was
Yeah.
like suggested.
Son-in-law's a
Suggested.
great movie. That movie is funny. that is a funny movie.
what was the last really funny movie you watched?
Oh, that's a
they
great
can't.
question.
It's hard to make comedies the way they used to.
I watched Sharknado with the boys the other night.
Okay,
It's so
not to
bad.
get political, but do you think movies will
going
get
to-
less politically correct? Is
They've
the
already started-
Is the country saying we're okay with just being funny? And
I think they've
Less
already
politically
started
correct.
a little bit,
okay,
but
like comics for a while felt like they had to pull their punches,
right.
and it seems
What's
like
the-
less and less.
So
are
what's the
doing
last
that.
funny
It's a
movie?
good question. I can't
Not
think
TV
of
show,
it.
movie.
Like the last new.
The last
funny
more
movie?
recent
God,
movie
I
that
don't
you
even
saw that
know.
was like hilarious. Paul doesn't watch movies, so I'm not going to ask him.
Yeah, we're
I can't
getting
even
into
think
pulp
of. I
culture.
can't
Let
even
Paul's
think
out.
of like the last comedy I've done.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah,
not a
I've
movie.
seen Nate Bargatze special.
that bit
the
with
last
him
time?
as George Washington has really taken off.
Yeah.
There's
Oh,
all
SNL?
That's funny.
yeah,
Yeah.
There's right. There's all kinds of memes out there
Yeah.
and spoofs of it. It's a great.
It's
bit.
hilarious. Too bad he had a really crappy musical guest.
Who was it?
I don't even know. It was some
Coldplay.
no. that was that the first one he
That
did?
was the second one. The
Second
first
one?
one, what was it? I don't remember. But this last one was Coldplay. Right?
Okay.
Oh, was it?
The
Yeah.
first one was bad.
Anyway,
I don't even know. Well, I think we're gonna go see a movie though this weekend.
what are you gonna see?
Did anybody see I Am Racist? Am I racist?
No.
Okay.
but yes,
Oh, you're talking about the movie? Talking about the movie?
Yeah, the documentary.
No.
What's the movie we're going to see called? It's called like The Best Christmas Pageant Ever or something.
I heard that's actually pretty good.
So the original is funny.
There's an original?
There's an original. We have it.
What
It
was the original?
It was made in like the 70s, I think.
Oh. Who was in that? Like Jack Lemmon? And
It was Hot Lips from MASH. Whatever. Her name was Hot Lips in MASH. She was in it.
I never watched. I hate MASH. I've never watched one single minute of it, and I hate it. Because it would always come on. The reruns would come on late at night. Like
Yeah.
the beginning, it's just the song's depressing. Like turn the channel, click. It would come on after the evening news when my dad would fall asleep watching the news, and we couldn't turn the channel because he'd wake up. And then
Yeah, that's exactly it. When was
that's
it
the
made?
old
83.
Oh,
83 with
okay.
who? Who's Hot Lips? That was her name in MASH? the
Yeah, that was
character?
her
Who is it?
name. I
What is
think
that?
that's the same actress.
Loretta Swift.
Loretta Swift. Fairuza Balk was in it. She
Oh
must
yeah,
have been like.
she was a child.
seven?
Like she was in movies as a
Click
little
on
kid. I
Loretta
just
Ball.
was
We'll
reading
say
about
what
that.
she was in. I swear she was
Recently.
in MASH. Yeah.
Yeah, there she is.
There it
Okay.
is. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, good pull.
There we go. So that's a funny movie.
Is it?
Yeah.
I heard
the whole
this one's
idea
actually
is
pretty good.
The herdmans, these kids are just kind of wild animals. And they show up and they want to be in the Christmas pageant.
Yeah.
And the classic, just makes everybody at the church super nervous. Because these kids aren't,
So it'd be like if
they're
one
not
of my
church.
kids was.
Yeah, it'd be pretty much like EJ being,
He'd do a great job. He would do a fantastic job.
So they did a remake on it.
He's
and
not very
so-
coachable, but he'll do a fantastic job.
Well, he's Aladdin in Soar, is what he told me.
Yeah, he is. Not sore. It. I forget the group, but it'll be at Now Then, up and Now Then. But yeah, he does a good job, and that it makes. I think it makes Riley nervous because Riley like is very diligent. She'll study. She'll look at other like YouTube clips of other groups and how they did certain performances, and
Yeah.
she'll have her lines memorized early, and she'll practice on her own and ask Jordan to help practice. And Evan just like it's like you gotta. It's like pulling teeth to get him to practice or do anything, but he'll just show up and he'll do great.
Yeah.
So
Anyway, the best Christmas pageant ever is a comedy, family friendly. We might go see that this weekend.
Yeah,
But
that-
honestly, Andy, I couldn't even tell you the last. What have we watched recently? We watched Bruce Almighty. We watched. That's a terrible movie.
didn't hold up, huh?
No. We watched Marley and Me, which isn't really a comedy.
No, it's a tragedy.
Wow. A dog died? Wow, Mike.
Well, it's kind of a dark. It's a comedy up until when the
Thought you were
dog.
Italian.
Yeah, it's a dramatic, feel good movie,
Yeah.
but not.
Right.
Probably a Kevin Hart movie is like kind of a funny, fun, laughing movie because he's just such a
dumb
goofball.
Yeah.
But other than that, because they don't make like comedy movies
Couldn't
anymore.
think of.
No.
Like
the
Central
last, like-
Intelligence with him and The Rock. That was
Yeah,
pretty
that was
entertaining and laughable.
But that's like 6 years old, right? I mean, how old is that? It's got to be 6, 7 years old. What's the last comedy? I can't even tell you the last comedy I've seen in a theater.
Is it Am I a Racist a comedy?
It's a documentary,
It's a docu-comedy.
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 Have
Is
you
that
ever
real?
seen-
I just made
Like a
that up.
spoof.
Have
It's
you
a
ever heard
spoof?
of What is a Woman? Yeah, same
same guy.
creator. Did you ever watch Jojo Rabbit?
No.
No.
It is hilarious.
It's Roger's brother. Cousin, like second cousin or something. What is that?
Adeptly dances through
Eddie?
the wildly disparate emotions of humor, satire, and heartbreak, emerging as a powerful award-winning about an unlikely friendship between a young boy and his imaginary version of Adolf Hitler.
Oh.
With Scarlett Johansson.
Sounds like
hilarious.
anything with Hitler
No,
in there sounds
it's,
like a fun
it's directed
one.
by Taika Waititi.
Yeah, I know.
Waititi.
The Marvel guy that
He directed Thor Ragnarok, and he's the Rock guy.
Yeah.
He's got such a great sense of humor, and this is just total. It's a total
I
satire.
feel like he tried to make himself too much of the story in the last Thor.
That is true.
That Love and Thunder, was that it? Love and
Have you watched all of those Marvels? And
most of them, yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't keep track of all
I
that
know
stuff
it's hard.
because they're all splintered around, right? They have their own.
Yeah.
They have their own branches.
Well, I haven't watched any of the recent ones, but like, I had never seen any of them. I saw like the first 2 Iron Man movies, like not when they're in theaters, but like soon after. on DVD, and then I hadn't seen any until we got Disney Plus. So it was like after the pandemic, or maybe during. I was like, well, all these, I guess I'll do it. I remember I was asking Andy and like, what order should I watch these in? And then I just Googled and started watching them.
Did anybody watch the Weird Al Yankovic story?
No.
I figured you'd probably like that.
I know, I just haven't.
It's got Harry Potter as Weird Al.
Really?
Oh, that wasn't there 2 different ones?
I don't
What's
know.
his name? Like Dylan or something?
Daniel Radcliffe.
That is.
Yeah,
That's a nice name.
Daniel Radcliffe.
I like that name.
Okay.
This is a nice name. Certain names are, it's solid.
Yeah,
like
it
I
is a
worked
good
with a guy, his name was Lance Commander. I mean, isn't that a great
That's
name?
a fake movie star.
That's just an
name.
awesome name.
That's like when you're
It's a
watching.
name I don't want to say with it.
It's a TV show that they make up a movie star name for. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's Lance Commander.
That's Lance Commander.
Lance Commander. So, what's the last good comedy you've seen, Andy? Since you
I don't
asked?
know.
Yeah.
I can't.
All right, tell us. What's the last good comedy you've seen in theaters? All right, thanks.
We'll take caller.
Caller
I
4.
mean, I don't see very
Altoona,
many-
Iowa. Thanks
with
for
all the
joining
streaming
us.
stuff. I don't go to the theaters that much anymore.
I have enjoyed going to the theater.
I went to
couple times
Inside
this
Out
year.
2 this summer, but
We
that's
saw
because
that on our cruise.
Oh.
Yeah.
I brought children to
But
it.
it's actually really good.
Yeah.
It's really good.
I still haven't seen
I like
it.
the first
love
one
the
better,
first
but
one.
the second.
I thought it was really good.
You're going to appreciate the second one a lot more, I think, in a few years, Andy.
The second one, it was good. Like,
Why?
Because isn't the story about teenagers?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
But
just
really,
saying.
but,
Oh, no, I appreciate it.
But it really camps on like anxiety. It like focuses
Oh, I
around
gotta go.
anxiety. So
You gotta do this for a second by yourself.
Uh-oh.
Miralax?
He got in trouble.
Miralax?
He got in trouble.
Sometimes you got to go.
He's in trouble. He said too much. I don't know what time it's. So it's 12:59. Something must be happening at 1.
Something specifically at 1. All right, so
This is not some big surprise. We don't know.
we
either.
don't know anything. All right, Greg. So we are. How long are we in on the Unknown series? When's that wrapping up?
The Exodus. A couple more weeks. It goes till the end of the month. The first week of Sunday, December 1st, is the first week of our Christmas series. So we're doing like
Okay.
an Advent kind of series.
So it wraps
So it goes
up.
in. What's
wraps
that?
up in 2 weeks,
Thanksgiving weekend. Yeah, a couple weeks.
2 more Sundays.
Yep.
Does that seem right? I don't have a calendar. In
I
front
know.
of me.
That's why I'm.
It's 2 weeks.
I'm pulling
2
it
weeks
up
from
here.
today is Thanksgiving, so I'm assuming it's 2 Sundays from.
Yep.
It's,
Yeah. So, Into the Unknown, and it's a study in Exodus. If you're just joining us, kind of in and out, you could catch all of the past sermons on our YouTube page or on the website. There's audio links under the media page. But yeah, it's been really good. And yep, the 24th is the last one. So we got 2 more this Sunday, and then the following Sunday are the last 2 in the series. So. Yeah. What do you think? You were leading. You were going somewhere with that. Why'd you ask? Or you
well, no, because when we have Christmas,
just? Yeah. Christmas series. It's not on here yet, but we're
not on
doing
there
like a. Yeah.
no, I don't know. I was just
Yeah,
trying to
okay.
catch up where we were at with everything.
So here's something cool. Yeah. Well, I'll get back to that. Christmas series, December 1st, kicks off that. And it's kind of centered around the Advent because it works. Ben was really excited that December 1st is a Sunday. He's always wanted to do something that like launches December and just do something around
Yeah.
like the Advent. So
Well, are we doing Advent count?
yeah, hope we can trust, love we can share, joy we can keep,
Yeah.
peace we can't fathom, and then Christmas Eve services would be the light we can follow.
I love the Advent calendar. I think we're going to do that at home this year. We used to do it growing up.
We never did that growing up. Like,
Well, I went to a more traditional Catholic
Mm-hmm.
upbringing, so there's something about it I really like. I like the symbolism.
Yeah.
I think we're going to do it this year.
it's cool.
That's cool that we're doing it at church.
Yep. So
No.
yeah, that kicks off on the 1st, and then so going back to the other. Oh, what I was going to say. So in our staff meeting yesterday, we were talking about we have baby dedication and baptisms coming up, and on So it'll be on Thanksgiving weekend, that Sunday. And so we had scheduled baby dedication at 10:30 because there was 2 babies, and baptisms were going to be at 9. But 9 o'clock service is a little crowded, and there's like 8 people, 8 or like 10 people or something like that. Is that
They
Andy?
want to be baptized?
Yeah, like I was like, whoa! It started with like 2 people kind of asked, like, so we're like, oh, okay, we're going to do baptism, and it got so big, we're like, we're going to have to flip flop them and do the baptisms at the end of 10:30 because otherwise it's just, I think it'd be too crowded, too many people. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, there's like 8 or 9 people at least being baptized, and
That's great.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Are you doing any of them?
I don't know.
You don't know
Not
yet?
that
You
I
don't
know
know?
of.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how that's assigned. If
I
it's
don't
just,
either.
if it's just dished
Well, people
out,
could
or do people ask? Who,
People ask, and
like, I want this person to baptize me?
Yeah.
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 Gotcha.
Otherwise, you get stuck with me. That's probably how it goes.
Yeah, right. Whatever.
But the series is.
I'd rather have
it's
you than
pretty good.
Brax. Brax is violent.
He is violent.
He's very violent with the baptism. You know?
He takes out a lot of anger and frustration. It looks
Yeah.
like I don't feel like that's the right setting for that.
Now,
Brax, tone it down, bud.
is there like in seminary, was there like a class?
They don't teach you a thing in seminary.
Did you have to take baptism where you like, you know?
Here's how you gently lower them into the
you
water.
had you had to have a partner?
Yeah,
And then you had
yeah,
to-
But I went to Southern Baptist Seminary, so it's like you have to make sure that they get
They're
fully
all the way in.
submerged, and then but you have to find someone that hasn't been baptized,
Yeah.
or can you do the same person day after day?
Well, all I know is they said deeper the sin, the deeper the dunk
Yeah. Well,
in Baptist circles.
I just
so
told you,
I
I'm
mean,
gonna have to hold you under for a while till you
Right.
stop kicking.
Yeah.
and then then we'll put you up.
Right.
We got a couple doctors in the house to
Yep.
try to revive some folks, but no, it is cool though. We're getting some people baptized, and kind of a wide range of ages, kids, a couple youth, some adults, and so yeah, that'll be cool. Thanksgiving weekend.
Yep. Oh, that's Thanksgiving weekend.
Thanksgiving, yeah, that Sunday. Yep.
How about you? Are you going anywhere for Thanksgiving?
Nope. We're here.
We're
for
here.
the weekend. Yeah.
We
Actually,
host.
Jordan and Riley have performance that weekend, I think.
Oh, we're gonna be there. We
Yeah.
bought tickets.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Sweet. Christmas Carol.
We're hosts. We always host at our house.
Yeah.
So that's good. We like that.
Yeah, we do. We have my niece and her husband over. Last year, my nephew drove up from Sioux Falls, but I think he's working this year. So, he's
back.
Go see a man about a horse.
Did you have to?
No.
Did you just have to run around the building a couple times?
No. One of the kids
At 1
had a
o'clock.
presentation they wanted me to be in there for.
Okay,
Oh.
so at 1 o'clock. Did you make it?
I did.
Okay, we're about to wrap up. See
All right.
everybody.
Have a good one.
Quick presentation.
What have you guys been talking about?
Thanksgiving.
Baptisms. And how many
Baptisms,
people
church.
was it? Was it like 8 or 9? Something like
9.
that? 9, yeah. Yeah, baptisms, and then kind of wrapping up the Exodus series here in a couple weeks, kicking off Christmas series, and yeah. So with the Exodus series, I don't know. I appreciated the sermon last week, Ben's sermon on 10 Commandments. Did you guys like that?
Yes.
Did you like it, Mike?
Well,
Did
there's
you like
one
it?
that
Oh.
really.
One of the commandments.
So one of the questions he said, this was from last Sunday. He said, "Do we see blessing?"
Oh, November 24th, not Thanksgiving weekend. Sorry, Sarah. Thanks.
Oh.
I was waiting for someone to chime in.
You know, yeah.
I just say things. I don't know what weekend Thanksgiving is. How would I know that?
Do we see blessing the world as the primary purpose for being God's people? That was his question this past week.
It's a good question. Do you see it that way?
What was the question again?
Do you see it
Do we
that
see
way?
blessing the world as
The primary purpose for being God's people?
I'm not going to say. Well, okay. So the first thing that would come to mind is the Westminster Confessional, which would say the chief end of man is to
glorify God in all things.
right, and enjoy Him forever, right?
Well, that should
So
be a
is-
blessing to others too.
So, so I don't know.
Well, it seems like it was
Right.
that way for the Hebrews for sure, right?
Yeah.
There to be a blessing of so.
Right.
In the context of the message, yeah.
Right.
But
Yeah, and enjoying God. So to glorify God and enjoy Him forever includes blessing His people,
Yeah.
right? I mean that, you know, when you love God and love your neighbor, He said the second is like this,
Yeah.
meaning they're kind of one and the same,
Yeah.
right?
That's what I was gonna say. Like how you can't glorify God and not be a
And-
blessing to others.
Right.
So, or
Right.
at least not have that hope that you're a
You
blessing.
can't
to
glorify
others.
God and hate
Yeah.
and hate
Right.
people and not
It's
bless them.
glorifying to God.
Right. So yeah, I think the answer is yes. It's just it's a broad it's in a broader answer probably.
Yeah. It's in the
I think the point is
minutia.
almost the point though is do you see yourself? I think that's like the like do you actually see that as your purpose, right? I think that's where the kind of the I don't know the oomph of the question is. It's
Well-
not so much. It's like how do you view yourself?
Have you ever
Your
seen that bumper
purpose.
sticker? I can't say it exactly because it's got a bad word in it, but it says, "Jesus may love you, but everyone else thinks you're a something a-hole." Have you ever seen that?
No.
I've seen it, and it's funny, but it's like that's kind of the point, right? Like,
Right.
If you're aiming to glorify God, then you can't be a jerk to everyone else. It just doesn't make sense.
No. They will know you by your love,
Yeah.
right?
You're quiet over there.
Just listening.
Yeah. What did you think,
You're
Andrew?
listening more intently to me because of my gray, my beard.
Yes.
That you try to pluck.
There was that one that was just kind of sticking out. That I
So that's
wanted
my
to-
wisdom. You can't take that.
You said wisdom stuff,
Yeah.
which just in the way that you said that negates you
So-
saying it's my
Yeah.
wisdom stuff. I mean, I think about also, did you guys talk about that quote? Obedience. You know, God commands us to do these things. And when we obey his commands, we're loving God and also fulfilling out those commands that he's called us to. And so it's a twofer. Like Ben talking about
Yeah.
twofers
Right.
on Sunday morning.
It's not good for us to be alone. It was the purpose of, and it is the purpose of God's people. I mean, it was the purpose of the Israelites. It's the purpose of Christians, all God's people. We're here to bless the world, right?
Yeah.
But man, it's easy to lose sight of that, right? With
Yeah.
everything you got going on, do you really wake up and go, okay, my day today, my purpose today is really to be a blessing to somebody? It's maybe you guys do because you guys are
my first
much more
thought.
sanctified than me.
My very first
Mine
thought.
is like, how can I get through my list? Is usually what I'm thinking. You
Mine
know?
is usually like,
Well, and then there's
already? Nope, it's time to get up.
then there is, not the world necessarily, but how can I be a blessing to my family? Or how can I be a blessing to my wife or my kids? And I think those are good things as well. But I think we can even create some sort of smaller bubble around ourselves where that's all we fall into just doing that, which isn't bad in and of itself, but it's just expanding this self-centered bubble to just include only the people that are in your circle. And for what purpose would God call us to go bless the world? What reason? And if that reason is only contained within our family
Yeah.
and not the world around us,
Right.
is it really fulfilling God's intended purpose for us to be a blessing to the world around us? Now you're being quiet.
I'm lost.
You're lost.
Yeah. About halfway through, I tuned out and stuff. Sorry.
Speaking of blessing,
I
speaking of
I
blessing
just started
the
going
world,
to
last night,
thinking about something I need to do later.
it's a checklist. Not thinking about blessing the world.
That's why when it
About
was because
changing
I
his
got up
oil.
and thought about my list, and then
Yeah.
I started thinking, oh yeah,
I mean, it all depends on where you at as an individual.
Yeah.
If you're having a hard time just getting through life in general, I think yes, God can use you to bless the world around you, but it's like, figure out your stuff first. And then from there, figure out the stuff that are within kind of your immediate reach. And then from there, once you kind of have, figure that out a little bit, then start to reach outside of your own ring of influence or of people, like strangers. But we kind of oftentimes just sort of conceal off everything else that doesn't have to pertain to me or me and my family or me and my, even work or whatever it is. And we just kind of get tunnel vision. We just live our life going back home, back to work, back home, back to work. And we just think about just that. And
I think too, like you could be intentional about like wanting to be a blessing to others, maybe in specific circumstances, daily, like intentionally think about how can I be a blessing to my wife and my kids and that. But just every day, just people you encounter, just be nice, be kind. Like, I don't know. I mean, we encounter so many just rude people throughout the day, like out in public. Just, it's pleasant when you have someone that's just kind of nice to you. Like, I don't know. You can do simple things. You don't have to be, you don't have to go out of your way to, out in public, I guess, out in the world. There's times for that, but just the way you carry yourself, the way you talk to others, the way you treat, like the server at the restaurant or, those types of things. It can be a blessing.
Last night, kids were a blessing. Youth. Packed a bunch of boxes for the Operation Christmas Child last night.
how many boxes did they end up
It
packing?
had to have been over 100. Had to have been over 100 because there were, I don't know, right around that for kids. They each packed at least one. Your son did 3.
Yeah, he told me.
So it was at least. Oh, it was great.
Yeah.
And they are well done. These boxes are jammed full.
Yeah, I bet.
And
They were like, remember Ben a couple years ago gave that illustration of some kid at Chipotle making his burrito. He said this was a do unto others as you would have them do unto you burrito. Like he made it. He was a big.
Right.
He's a big like football player looking kid.
Yeah.
And he's like that's like how these kids probably packed
They
the
did.
boxes. Like this is how I would want it.
Yeah, and they got a really cool. One of the things I saw
Double
in there
boxed.
Yeah, double boxed it. Yeah.
was one of the cool things that they have in there is a soccer ball with a pump. Did you see that?
Yeah.
That's neat.
Yeah.
Little hand pump, and it's
Yeah.
cool idea.
Cool.
I feel kind of ashamed I didn't think about this, but last night Amy Belchek got up and talked, did a wonderful job, kind of explaining the kids what to do, and she had mentioned she was just given stats on how many boxes and how long they've been doing it. I don't know why I didn't think about this, but like other countries ship boxes too. She was talking about Sweden and South Korea and some of these other nations that pack boxes.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know why I didn't think. I don't know why I was so like,
Because you're an American.
yeah, seriously,
I
very,
think that
yeah.
we're the only ones that can help the rest
I
of the
didn't know
world.
the world existed outside of America. And
Nor
she
do
was
you need
naming
to.
these countries. I had to Google them. I
You
don't know what she was
really
talking
don't need
about.
to.
Yeah.
They don't matter.
But do you think it'd be pretty fun? Like,
Yeah.
imagine
No,
the
yeah,
different stuff you're getting. You get a box from Japan.
Yeah,
and
it would be different
in the
than,
Congo. It's
yeah.
gonna be totally different than from here, right?
Yeah.
wonder if
it
they-
would be.
Probably be like an iPad or
You
something.
think chopsticks?
If you get in South Korea,
Yeah.
like, hey, here's an iPhone.
Yeah. South Korea would be Samsung. probably.
Samsung, that's
Don't
true.
They, isn't Samsung
Yeah.
Korea from Korea?
Yeah.
They still make them there. Yeah.
Better than a
So
bouncy ball.
when I was in Taiwan, this is the early 2000s, is like English teaching thing, and we all had like a high school class, like conversational English, whatever. It was kind of missional, whatever. But we had to bring something American culture to teach our class, and I brought a football like that from Walmart, just a cheap one, deflated, and then we pumped it up over there. But all these kids in Taiwan, they had never seen American football. They've never thrown one. They've never even seen it on TV, which I thought was odd because they're huge into American culture. But like what was funny is the football was made in Taiwan. I turned it over. It's like, look, it's made in Taiwan. They've never even played that game. So
Well, Amy's trying to make me feel better, and she said she didn't know about that until recently either. So thanks for sticking up for me. And I mean, I feel like I even said it to Josie on the way up. She's like, yeah, you didn't know that?
Yeah.
She's way into Upper Christian Child, so she's been on the website and everything. I'm like, I don't know. I just didn't think about it. And how different that would be if you got a box room.
I constantly see her and her little friend
their group over here.
sorting stuff
Yeah.
in the conference room.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
And
Yeah, that's
seemed
I
like
know.
it was just an excuse to be in there with.
Well, Diane and Kim Kringen asked Josie if she would help sort. So anytime she was here, she'd buzz over there. And,
Yeah. Well, I just see Henry in there
Oh, and
too.
Henry. Well, yeah. Okay.
Well, she
There.
probably made Henry.
She made Henry do
She made
it. Yeah. Yeah.
Be a blessing.
You're going to do this now.
Yeah. Now's your opportunity to be a blessing. I found this quote that a friend of mine posted. He shared on Facebook. Shout out to James Timoney, friend from many years ago, Grand Terrace, California.
You said to me 80s, 90s rapper.
James was in SFC.
SFC?
Soldiers for Christ.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
I love them.
Yeah. I think you told me that before.
Yeah.
90s Christian rap.
Yep.
Yep. James. That's James.
Have you heard of SFC? Oh man, they were
I've
awesome.
heard of PFR.
No, this is
That's
a
different.
different
Yeah.
thing. It's a different genre. Get out of here.
That's local, right?
Yeah, it is local. Josh.
James put it, some things don't need prayer, they need discipline. God already told you what to do. What do you think about that, Mr. Stella?
I mean, it sounds like it's a quote from the book of James.
Yeah, it does. It does.
You know what I mean?
It does. That
I mean,
kind of
quite
like,
honestly.
that kind of sums up the book of James.
Yeah.
That's what you should call that series, Andy.
Right.
God already told you what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it reminds me of like sometimes when Andy's doing announcements about baptism, he's like, you don't need to pray about it. Just do it. This is what you're supposed to do. You don't even need to pray about it.
Yeah, and I don't mean to say that just in like.
I know, but it's the same.
I
It's on
feel
the
like
same vein.
sometimes I come across like I'm
I think it's funny.
a grouch.
so.
And
But
then you
also,
keep pointing
I
it
think
out.
it's an important point
Yeah.
because there are things that if it's a command, then it's not something you need to pray about doing.
Right.
You're supposed to do it.
Right.
So I don't know. It's an important point to make.
Yeah.
You don't have to be mean. You're not mean about it.
You know, I think you're saying don't over spiritualize things that are.
Yeah.
Isn't that
Right.
what he's saying
Right.
essentially.
Yeah.
Right?
Like being polite to your mother-in-law. You don't have to pray about that.
Well,
Well,
it helps.
You have to pray for the Spirit to help you.
There you go.
Yeah, that's what you need.
This was one of my
I love
favorite.
that's by the way that's the best like
awesome album.
One of the best things about marriage is mother-in-law jokes. Like my mother-in-law is great.
If you
Yeah, two of them, they're awesome.
if
Her
you
jokes are great.
if Jordan is doing something that reminds me of your mother-in-law, do you call her by her mother's name?
No,
You ever pulled that one?
no,
Okay.
I'm smarter than that. No, no, I didn't. Oh, you had the album up there.
Phase 3,
Yeah,
SFC. This song on there called Skanoopin.
Skanoopin.
Yeah.
I'll see if I could tag James
All
in there.
right.
See if he.
I got to roll, boys.
All
What?
right.
Yeah,
We're just getting
sorry.
started.
I know.
Oops.
Good to see you guys. Operation Christmas Child this week.
This weekend dedication boxes.
Sweet. There's a bunch of them in
There's
there.
already some in there.
Bring
And,
them. People bring them.
People
from
bring
home?
them, and they can just bring them up to the stage when they come into the service. Then we'll have a dedication during the announcement time.
Is that both services?
Both services.
Great.
Yep.
All right.
Should be good.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for
All right,
having
Mike.
me.
All right. See you, man.
See ya.
See you, dude.
I didn't know if you were shaking hands or grabbing the mic.
See you guys.
See ya. What a nerd. He's got to go back to work.
What a lame job.
This is not the right. Oh, that's James Timothy. I guess I can't tag James.
Timony?
I was going to tag him in here. Yeah. So, what else is new?
That's about it. Just trying to get everything. For me, it's all about church stuff and getting my house ready for Samantha and the kids to move in.
Mm-hmm.
I just dropped a bunch of money to get some new water solutions going, new water softener,
Yeah. Otsego.
some stuff.
Water's always an issue.
Yes. So I very tired of spending money right now.
Well, it's good training for having kids. Nancy, we are not working. We are working. This is
This is
Andy
our
and I, This is
job.
our job. Can you believe that?
It's crazy.
Can you believe that? No.
We do this We get to do this.
We
For
do
our
it for
job.
Mike.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. And Greg.
We do it to be a blessing to Mike. No, it's fun. I miss it. I'm trying to. Oh, I think that's.
Yeah, Sarah. There's a joke thing about guys when they get married, whatever they own clothing wise, that's the wardrobe for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
I have not bought anything clothing wise since April, and I don't know. I used to enjoy. It's not just begun. Anyway, it's great. And this is what God has been preparing me for.
Yeah.
And telling me to save my money all these years. What do you?
No, that's it. I couldn't tell if it was the right. Like I was trying to tag James, like thank him for the quote, but I couldn't tell if that was his status. But yeah,
Plaid is
your color. That's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
Yep.
It's your color, plaid.
It's
Well,
it's not a color.
The thing
it's a
is,
pattern.
like, it's your wardrobe for life, but also, unless your wife buys you clothes, then, like, that's when you get the best updated clothes. It's like birthday, Christmas, Father's Day. You get like a new shirt or something.
Yeah, well, we were talking about Christmas presents, and I've bought her a few things over the last few months, but it's been me taking her shopping because there's no way I'm going to risk trying to buy her something because there's a pretty high likelihood that she may or may not like it. I'd rather
There's
just
a likelihood she may or may not.
that she won't.
May or may not.
I don't know.
Either one.
I have
50-50.
zero.
Just do it.
Yeah. So I did buy her something
Look
and
at-
it was too small.
There's three married ladies on here commenting. Don't you think he ought to take the risk and just buy something?
I did buy her
Just try.
something and she had told me her size and I bought it and it was too small.
Well, here's the thing you're going to learn. The size does not matter. It's store to store. They're different. For women's clothing.
She tried
it's
it on in the
crazy.
store in front of me
It's insane.
and then I went, yeah, anyway.
Oh, and then it was still not the right.
So
So it's crazy. Like there'll be.
She's also-
I'll wear. It'll be a size small or whatever at this
yeah.
store, and it'll
See,
be
Amy,
medium at a
I
different
just love
store. It's
taking,
like,
because she likes to do the shopping aspect too. So it's kind of a twofer
yeah.
where I take her shopping and she gets to do the shopping
But you've
stuff.
done that. Yeah, they're gonna love that. I'm just saying.
But yeah, and then she said back to me, she's like, I don't know if I'd ever buy you clothes because you're particular as well.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, I am. So there's no way she would take me shopping because it's coming out of my wallet anyways.
Amy, that's funny. I actually like when Dave shops with me. That's because you know that Dave is really sacrificing. It's a sacrifice,
I don't mind
and
it.
so she appreciates the sacrifice.
I don't mind
Sizes are all different. See, I never buy Jerry's clothes.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's women's clothing's crazy though. Like from store to store, it varies in size. That's why they'll find a store they like and kind of like stick to that store for a while.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we went into this store that had this jacket. She tried that jacket on, and I went and bought it later. And then it was now not the right size.
Oh no. Yeah. Well, maybe it's just like varies. There's variation
Maybe.
in size. So I can't tell if Jerry shops for himself.
Can you tell? The sweater vest with the button down inside. That's a Jerry outfit. And then the jacket vest. He likes vests.
Yeah.
Seems to like vests.
He does wear a vest a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of guys. I've never done a vest.
I've never been a vest guy
Me
either.
A lot of people wear vests around here.
Yeah.
I noticed that. It's kind
Would
of
you
weird.
ever wear a sweater vest
I don't think so.
for like a gag Christmas ugly sweater?
I don't know. The vest never really made sense to me. Why don't you want your arms to be warm? You just don't care about your arms?
I don't know.
Is that it? I like to
It's
see
protecting
someone,
the vitals.
I know,
the
but-
vitals.
I don't know. What if a guy showed up here just with the vest with no shirt?
Well, that'd be like a tank top, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but like a sweater vest, a nice sweater vest. We forgot the shirt.
If he was super hairy, like if
Yeah.
you were to wear that, because
Yeah,
you got
yeah,
hairy
hairy
arms, just forearms,
Yeah.
not up
They're-
there.
Not really. It's like the shirt line. It's weird.
All right.
But that would be fun. That'd be fun. I'd like to see someone show up here on
You should-
Christmas Eve. I think Brax would.
No,
he wouldn't.
no. I mean, if he had a tie,
Brax should dress like ridiculously casual on Christmas and Easter, since he dresses
well,
nice every
he's
other-
presenting on Christmas Eve, so
Yeah.
he'll probably wear a suit.
He should dress casual.
He should wear like
That would
Christmas
be dressing
pajamas.
up for Brax. For Brax, that would be dressing up.
Christmas pajamas on Christmas Eve for Brax.
Yeah. PJs. Although I have a thing against men, especially wearing PJs in public. It's kind of weird. Like that's one of my pet peeves on a plane. You ever been on a flight and there's a dude wearing pajamas?
Yeah.
That's weird. Just stop it. Guys, don't wear pajamas out in public. It's weird.
You got to hold it down. I got to answer.
Emergency. Okay. Wow. You remember in Wayne's World when Garth was the only one in front of the camera? And anyway, okay, I lost everyone. So, what should we talk about? Amy, Nancy, Sarah, whoever else. Thanks for feedback. I do want to encourage the vest with no sleeves under. So if there's a guy that would wear a sweater vest with no sleeves under on Christmas Eve, I will personally get them a cup of coffee from the coffee area over here. PJs are the in thing now, especially with teenagers. Yeah, the other thing I don't like is pajama day at school is weird to me, to like tell kids just wear your PJs. Kids love it, I get it, but I'm like, that's just weird. It just looks like, just get dressed. Just get dressed. Stop wearing pajamas out in public.
Do you have pajamas? Do you wear pajamas?
No, I wear like shorts and a t-shirt. I wear like
Yeah.
basketball shorts.
That's exactly what I
Yeah,
wear.
I don't need PJs.
I remember growing up, and I saw Back to the Future the first time, and Michael J. Fox in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
He gets home, throws his suspenders off his shoulders, and then lays down on his bed in his jeans and his shirt.
Yeah.
And I remember being like, I can't wait till I grow up so I could sleep in my jeans.
I had a friend in high school that would put on his clothes for the next day before he went to bed. And then
So he didn't have
he
to
had
get
kind of
dressed.
like long hair. And he would just wake up and like kind of shake his hair, like put it in a ponytail,
And
and
then
then
you're off.
go
That's
brush
hilarious.
his teeth and get out the door. But at least that's what he said he did. I don't know. And he looked like that's what he did. But
There's a couple people around here that look like they do.
yeah. So I just got rid of the hair thing. It's nice.
How long have you been buzzing your hair like that?
I've only gone like this, like razor thin since over COVID. I used to always do like no guard, like short, but like just no guard with clippers. But with the razor, I started during the lockdown. I joined the exclusive Dollar Shave Club.
Okay. I
Exclusive
mean,
club.
you must have just done it. It is very.
This morning I did, yeah.
It's very shiny.
Is it shiny?
But I don't remember it.
I used to have a little stubble, and sometimes if it went for a few days, like it starts growing in, and like people would kind of like. It's what's funny is I got someone that said, "Did you get a haircut?" I'm like, "No, I haven't cut it." That's the thing. It was a student then. I think he's a young adult now, but it makes sense if I tell you later who it was. Anyway, Jeremy Uchman shaved. Did you
Yeah,
see
I
him?
saw him on Sunday.
So I sat next to him at men's breakfast on Saturday. He always wears a hat. Like,
Right.
and I didn't even notice. And then Sunday, I'm like, "Oh, Jeremy shaved
Yeah.
his head." He's like, and I was talking to him. He's like, "Yeah, I did it like 2 months ago."
Well, they haven't been around that much.
And he always wears a hat. Like,
Yep.
but he always had hair under.
I mean, they've
but-
probably been here like 3 or 4 times in the last 2 months.
A little busy.
Yeah, maybe even less than that.
We saw on Saturday. We saw the Petersons. We went up to the Petersons' house for
I'm going there tonight.
brunch. I know you guys are having Friendsgiving or something.
Friendsgiving.
Right? The old small group.
Yep.
Getting back together.
Yep.
Cool.
And then plus a few extras. Samantha and the kids. Yeah.
Sweet. Awesome. That'll be fun. Wait, that's tonight or tomorrow?
It's tonight.
Tonight. Ooh, Thursday. Like a real Thanksgiving.
Right.
Nice. What are you guys having?
I don't know. I'm
Potluck,
bringing
right?
Hawaiian dinner rolls. That's what I'm bringing.
Nice. Oh my gosh. I saw a guy. Who's the guy? He does like reels or whatever.
I'm the last person you want to ask about
Oh,
social
you've
media
seen him.
stuff.
He's like a, what's his catchphrase? Anyway, but he used Hawaiian rolls to make like cinnamon rolls, homemade. Just made like a little butter, brown sugar, cinnamon mix, and then like a cream. And he scored the top of them with an X, and then kind of like put the cream filling inside, and then baked them. Looked amazing. I mean, I know you can make nice scratch homemade cinnamon rolls, but yeah. Rolls all the way from Hawaii. Yes, they are imported. Although if Andy brought them home from Hawaii the last time he was there, they'd probably be moldy.
They are. They're actually imported from the Big Island.
I know. Imported from the Big Island by way of Target. Just bought some. That's a staple in our household. That's Evan's favorite. It's he gets those in his lunch pail.
They're
every day.
good, and I know Samantha's kids will eat them.
Yeah. What's crazy is that was like a treat for us growing up, like Thanksgiving or like a big like family get together or something. My mom would buy those, and that was like, oh, they're so good.
Yeah, they're cheap too. I got 24 of them for $8. Mm-hmm. So I bought 48 of them because there's going to be 17
For
people.
$16, you don't get a volume discount. You could get a two
I
pack at Sam's.
think one of them was marked down to $6.99.
You could get 48 of them at Sam's for cheaper. Or maybe it's 24.
I
They're
don't
two
have a
big
Sam's membership.
Well, here's the deal. You just walk in. You say, oh, I got to pick up a prescription. Because they can't require a membership. That's a Costco hack, too. They can't require a membership for pharmacy.
So then you bring whatever over to the pharmacy and pay for it there?
Yeah, but they'll want to scan your card. But once you're in, just ask someone else to buy it for you. Say you forgot your wallet.
Oh.
Or
I'm not
I
gonna
forgot
do
my
that.
card. I forgot my Sam's card.
I'm not gonna
It's
do
all
that.
digital now.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well,
Costco, they make you scan your card on the way in now. It's crazy.
Really?
I think they're looking at every
I was just
picture.
there like a week ago, and Samantha and I went in, and they didn't.
Really?
They didn't
the last
scan
couple
it.
times I've gone in at the entrance, they have a
Yeah.
little scanner. They scan your card.
'Cause I'm gonna just do a joint membership with Samantha.
Okay. There's a Groupon. It's like $60 for the year membership, and it comes with like a $25 gift card. So it's a pretty
Yeah,
good deal.
she already has one, and so we're
Yeah.
gonna put my name on her
Yeah.
on the membership.
No, that's good. And if you get that the exclusive one,
She has the executive
that one,
membership.
you get points, and so like we get our prescriptions there, so that builds up. It pays for itself year after year.
Right. Yeah.
After a while, but
You
yeah.
usually fill up gas there too.
Well, not really. I don't do gas that often anymore.
No, we do it down
Yeah.
there, like because we
After your Chick-fil-A stop on Mondays.
no, because she's not there, and I don't have the membership yet. But we every other weekend when we drop the kids off and pick them up from their dads, we meet at the Costco.
So that trick works if you just want to get the food there, because if you want to just get the Costco pizza or dog or something, you could just say, "Oh, I'm going to the pharmacy," and they have to let you in.
Oh,
So, anyway,
all right. Want to run through some quick
not really.
news and events? Not really. Unless there was anything else you want to chat about, Greg.
Not really. I like that idea of like if it's something God's commanded, then just you don't need to pray over it. Don't need to over spiritualize it. It's just do it.
Yeah.
Like the Ten Commandments. I we didn't really touch base too much on the Ten Commandments, but
What was that
I've
quote
always
that
liked
you
that.
had from Irwin?
I forget exactly what it said in the booklet, but it's that whole idea. I remember him saying that, and when I had him for a class in seminary, it's like it's our opportunity. It's really the lowest common denominator. Like the Ten Commandments, it's like, hey, stop killing each other. Stop,
Right.
Like
It was the 10 Commandments are the lowest possible standard of humane living.
yeah,
That was
right.
Yeah. And Ben said something not that, but similar to that, where he
Yeah.
just said basically it's like the least you should do.
Right. It is. It's in fact, I think it's our opportunity to do like a lot better than that. Right. Like
Yeah.
if we're going to truly be a blessing, it's like don't do those things, but like it's an opportunity to go way above and beyond that as Christ followers, to be a blessing to others and to not murder them, or
Yeah.
or lie. Stop lying. Stop murdering. Seems easy.
Yep.
I guess it's not. It's not. I guess it's not.
It's not for some
Should
people.
be.
I mean, some people need to start, because he was trying to convey it's not about legalism either.
Yeah. Yeah.
But some people do need to have a line that they need to work towards, because they're struggling to live on the other side of that line, that standard of the 10 Commandments. And maybe that's a high bar for them. Well, just get to that line then first.
Well, and it starts like the first one, like, don't have any other gods before me. Like, don't, which actually Paul's this weekend, right? I think Paul's talking about with Aaron when, like, it makes me laugh. I know we can apply this. We do this in other ways in our own lives, but like putting things before God, like idols. But I crack up every time I think about the story about the golden calf, because it's like people were literally wearing this stuff a few minutes ago. Then you melted it and made it like something. You're worshiping stuff you had like around your neck and on your hand, like jewelry. And anyway, we're dumb creatures. We're dumb creatures. Humans are weird.
Well, I mean, I think just that whole point is it can happen way more subtly than you think.
Right. It seems obvious from the outside.
Right.
Yeah.
But to maybe take a quick examination of your own life and say, is there something sneaky that I've been putting before God or elevating before Him or even anything else, or even my family, whatever that might be. I mean, you even said, if I were offered a job to lead a church in Hawaii, would I take that right now? And that's.
Took you a second.
No, it didn't take me a second. I was waiting for you to finish the question, because I would say no.
Just kidding.
But there's moments in life where we just breeze right past some of the things that are actually being put before God.
Yeah.
But it's become so normalized in our life that we don't even think about it anymore. And so it doesn't seem like it would be, oh, that's an idol, or I'm struggling to actually put God before that thing.
Yeah.
And whether that's a job, whether it's, dare I say, even your own spouse, whether it's a hobby or a sport or money or, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Fitness.
Oh, for sure.
Like
even things that are on the surface good things can become an idol. Bad things if they're coming before God and interrupting your relationship with Him. And I think the Hawaii thing's funny for us, because it's like I know how much you love Hawaii, and that question though, but I know how much you love Samantha and are looking forward to getting married. So we ask it being silly and what the obvious answer would be, but even if you were like, you weren't in a relationship and you didn't have a marriage upcoming, even if like Samantha didn't exist, it's not like you would just like automatically, yes, I'm gone, right? I mean, there's other things in life too that you're not going to like that quickly jump on like, yes, I'm out of here, I'll go. Maybe it's in some ways it would be an easier decision, but you have other things that like maybe God has put in your life to, for a purpose, and sometimes it's easy, or we can get into a place where it becomes easy to just like overlook some of those things that we don't think are that important,
right,
in pursuit of something else. But God may have other people, not just like a, relationship, or marriage or something, but there might be people that God's put around us, or situations or circumstances that He wants us there for a reason. And I don't know.
Before Samantha, I had this dream of at some point moving to Hawaii. Maybe when I retire, or if there was some weird. I mean, I don't think Northridge would ever plant a church, so we just joke about that. But Northridge, South Pacific, or something.
Yeah,
that'd be amazing. But if I'm too vocal, let me know. But I don't like the winter. And
We know this. I don't think anyone does.
some
I think
people do.
say they
Dan
love it.
Munson enjoys it.
I think he's lying.
He wears shorts and
Yeah, it's true.
flip-flops.
Which shows you he likes summer.
But
I don't mind it.
as much as I despise the winter,
Yeah.
there are a couple things that keep me here, and working here, Northridge, and the community here, what God is doing through me here, an opportunity I get to do what I do, is one of the major factors for me staying here.
Same.
And so, if it weren't for that, I'd probably live in a different state. You know, I love my family. Now, a lot of us had been spread around for a while, but some of us had moved away, and there's always accessibility to get back when you need to. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I always did tell myself that I would never move to Hawaii until my mom and dad were gone. Now my dad's gone, but even before I met Samantha, there was no impulse to move to Hawaii, because I don't think I could do that while my mom was still around. And now, you know, Samantha is super close with her family, loves family, loves things here. And, you know, at one point she was forced to move away from Minnesota, really kind of not crazy about it, against her own will. Now she's back, and that's the last thing that I would ever want to do. Although we were talking about it one day, a couple months ago, and I was telling her this, not lifelong dream, but within the last 15 years of someday I'd like to, you know, move to Hawaii. That was always kind of my dream. And I said, ever since meeting you, I don't think I'll do that anymore. And then she said, you never know. You know, maybe.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Right. You know, she said maybe when the kids are old and
Yeah.
moved out, you know. I said, oh, okay. All right.
Oh, what if one of them like wants to go to college in Hawaii or something like that? They get a scholarship to go to.
I don't know if either of them would ever do.
I always
do
thought,
that.
like, how come?
Although Theodore loves sharks, he could go to the University of Hawaii,
Yeah.
study marine biology.
There you go.
He loves sciences. He loves nature. RE too, but she's a little bit more on the.
I always thought, how come the University of Hawaii isn't like a football powerhouse? How hard is it to recruit people to go to Hawaii? I mean, it's maybe the time zone, but it's like.
Well, see, the problem is that they're going to fill a whole team full of offensive and defensive linemen.
Yeah.
Because they're all
know.
just large.
No, but I mean, to recruit guys over
Samoan
there.
people.
To recruit guys to go play. Hey, you
Yeah, I
wanna
don't
come to
know.
Hawaii?
I mean, maybe
Yeah.
the university itself isn't that great.
Did you see the coach? I don't know his name. He's a football coach at Marshall, which is kind of a smaller.
That's Randy Moss's school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a smaller, like, football. Every once in a while, they'll have a good team. They're not like a major football, you know, it's not a huge school. And I guess they were playing Ohio State, which is a huge football school.
Oh,
But
nice. Shout out to Luke Davey. He just shot a
look at that.
6-point buck this morning.
6 points. This guy, he was like at a press conference. He's like, yeah, we need some of these Ohio State kids. Hey, any of you Ohio State kids that want to come down play in Marshall, we got an NIL deal with this, like some restaurant. Free biscuits. All you can eat biscuits if you come down. Breakfast sandwiches. And yeah, it was just funny.
Who's Pete Van Orden?
Pete? Oh, Pete's my guy. He's like
Pete's your
at,
guy.
he was in my youth group at Maple Plain. And
Oh, he's a Minnesota guy.
yeah,
Okay.
he's a musician too. He's a rapper. Got some good stuff out there.
Nice.
So.
All right,
Pete?
man. We can get going here. There's a women's and a men's events coming up. Pie and Conversation on the 15th. That's this Friday night, right?
Yeah.
And then Saturday, that's tomorrow, right?
That's
15th
tomorrow's
is
Friday.
already tomorrow.
Yeah. Isn't that
Criminy.
crazy?
And then there's a Northridge men's game night Saturday. We've got a couple mission stuff coming up. Honduras. There's a tie blanket making thing.
Yep. Making
There's
tie blankets.
Converge is sending a group to Brazil. That's not necessarily through Northridge, but we're part of Converge. This Sunday, like Mike brought it up, is there's the collection for the Operation Christmas Child boxes that we're going to have a prayer dedication during the services. So this is your last week to do that. There's a national collection, 18th through the 25th, which is going to be on the parking lot for people in the community, whoever stop by and bring their boxes.
Diane
So
was saying
technically,
yesterday there's spots to sign up for that too. If,
To serve,
if you
to
want
be
to
able
serve
to
in that
help.
collection, which is kind of cool. Like a lot of other churches and people in the area come by and drop stuff off, and they got the heater out there and try to have fun and make it festive. But yeah, you could sign up to help with that.
so technically, if you forget to bring it on the 17th, the Sunday,
Yeah, you can still
bring it by throughout the following week and at the drop-off
You'll
stuff.
see the trailer out there.
We have a child dedication and baptism on the 24th.
Not Thanksgiving weekend.
Not
As I said
Thanksgiving
earlier,
weekend.
I don't know. I had my weekends. I
Yep.
was like, that's Thanksgiving
It,
weekend. Sarah
that's the Sunday
corrected me.
before Thanksgiving.
I'm so thankful for Sarah. She corrects me all the time.
There's still a possibility if you're interested in getting baptized. It's going to be, we switch things around. It's going to be at the end of the 10:30 service, and the child dedication is going to be during the 9 o'clock service.
Yeah.
So if you're
Baptism
interested,
right out here in a temperature-controlled hot tub.
hot tub. Yep. So if you're interested in getting baptized, let one of us know, or you can go onto the website, Church NRF, and fill out a form. That will let us know, and we'll get in touch with you. December 7th is our Christmas Around the World family event, and that's going to be experiencing how Christmas is celebrated in other cultures. We're going to have rooms and all that stuff in the building set up in different ways.
I wonder if Mike knows that Christmas is celebrated in other places. Mike should sign up and come to that.
That's funny.
That is funny. I wonder how the boxes vary. Like if a kid receives a Operation Christmas Child box from Japan versus like from here. Like I wonder the contents, how they vary.
Yeah, I don't know.
Good question.
You don't need to sign up for the Christmas Around the World event other than the fact that there's going to be 3 different large groups. 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 7 o'clock. And you do need to sign up for a specific time for that. The stuff around the rest of the building is sort of free-formed. But if you go to the
sign up for a
website,
spot in one of the large group things, and the large group thing, you got to sign up for a time.
for
Got
the
it. Yeah.
at 5 or at 6 or at 7, you just need to sign up for that.
You look at how Christmas is celebrated in countries like Mexico, Honduras, Brazil, Ukraine, and Congo. Sweet.
So that's December 7th, right?
Yep.
And then, just a heads up about, every once a month, and it falls on the weekend that we do offering. Communion. That's what I meant. We do offering every week. Communion. Thank you. We do a benevolent offering, and every year in December, we designate that benevolent offering towards a specific missions or make a difference effort. This year, we're going to be raising some money for Pastor Oman and Karen.
Yeah.
And they've been living in a church building,
Let's get them their own home.
and we want to help them get their own place.
Yeah.
And so that way they can maximize the church space that they have. Because, praise God, things are growing down there.
They need the space.
And they
in their
need the
church.
space. But it also gets them their own kind of space for rest, recuperation.
Yeah.
And, like when you're planting a church, this is kind of similar but opposite. When you're planting a church and you don't have your own building, the people become the quote-unquote building.
Yeah.
And because the people coming to the church, they don't have a place to go to, so they're always just going to the pastors.
Yeah.
They're always going, whatever, maybe their house or meeting. But this is really also for the well-being of Oman and Karen.
Yeah, when Ben was talking about this on Sunday, I was in church. I leaned over to Jordan. I'm like, "Could you imagine if we lived here?" She goes, "No." Like, yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And yeah, everybody wants. I don't think it's just like an American thing. We need our own space, but I couldn't imagine I'm sure people mean well, and Oman and Karen love their church and the community, but It would be nice to have their own space. And also, like we said, they need the space at the church that they're currently living in
Right.
because ministry is going well, and they minister to a lot of people. And then he's, like Ben mentioned, he does a lot with other pastors in Honduras and trying to provide a space for them to come and get some, a retreat sort of thing, or just kind of refresh. And so, yeah.
So let's
That's
get him a
gonna
new
be
home.
December, the first Sunday.
The first Sunday in December.
It's the first.
Is it December 1st?
Yeah.
Okay. At the end of the service, they'll have an offering basket just for benevolent offering, which will go towards helping them with a house. You can also go to the website or the Church Center app and give online. Make sure you hit the drop down that says, well, if you click on the image
Special Christmas offering.
on the events and then you click on that link down there, it'll bring you right to it. But if you just go in your app to give online, you'll have to hit the drop down to select Christmas special offering. But let's get them a new home, and let's be a part of what God is doing down in Honduras and Fuente de Vida. It's an awesome relationship that we have with them down there. So, any other events?
There's always lots of stuff going on, and I don't want to look past Christmas.
Christmas Eve,
Yeah.
we have 4 services this year: 12:30,
4 services.
2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, or 3:30, and 5.
Which one are you going to come to?
I really just want to be at the 3:30 one.
I'll be at all of them.
Yeah, I know. I'll be at all of them too. It's gonna be a long day. We would encourage, if you don't have a specific service that you're inclined to go to and you're open and your schedule's open, well, I encourage you to think about either the 12:30 or the 2 o'clock service. The 3:30 is probably going to be the busiest.
Yeah.
With the
Agreed.
5 o'clock maybe being, but last year it was on a Sunday, and it was 2 services in the morning, and then was it 3 or 2 in the afternoon? It was it was a really long day, but
Yeah.
the later services are all pretty equal, and we're maxing out at the 4 o'clock or 4:30. So if you have the ability, you're not constrained by
If
schedule.
you're not going somewhere for dinner, or
Come to the
yeah,
12:31 or the 2 o'clock one, or just stay away from the 3:30. I guess that's
Yeah.
what I'll say. Let other people, if you don't have.
It's going to be the crowded one.
Yep. If you don't have to, if you have to go to the 3:30, by all means, go to that one. If that works best for your schedule. But if you have the ability to go to another one, we'd love it if you could do that. Love it if you want to invite some friends, family. We're going to be having an Advent theme for this year. If anybody grew up in like a Lutheran church like I did, or Catholic, I think Methodist, Presbyterians,
Probably.
it's not a huge Baptist thing.
No.
But you grew up with the Advent wreath and the candles, and maybe watching families go up and read scripture and light a candle, all that kind of stuff. We're going to do something in that vein, and I'm working on building an Advent display, probably like you've never seen before. And that's not to be like, ooh, wow. It's just not going to be a wreath. I'll just say that.
Yeah. An Advent display like you've never seen.
Sunday.
Sunday.
That's about it. Anything else, Greg?
I don't think so.
Cool.
I think we're good.
We're good.
Good to do this.
Yeah.
2 months later.
Yes,
2
Amy,
months
all
later.
the services are going to be exactly the same.
Exactly.
All 4 of them. Well, I might make a mistake in one of them, so that would make it different than the other ones. But the order of service is exactly the same for all 4. So, March 15th. If anybody's
I
interested,
said no going past Christmas.
I know. March 15th, Samantha and I are going to have an open house celebration for us getting married. We're going to have it here at Northridge. I already have the building reserved.
St. Patrick's theme. 2 days before St. Patrick's Day.
And,
Wear your green.
yeah, no, she's going to have her dress because I
Joking.
paid for this really fancy
Yeah,
dress.
yeah, so you get to-
and she's going to at least
Yeah,
wear it
wear it again.
more than once. So she'll have her
Yeah.
dress, and I'll have whatever I'm gonna wear. I'm
You
like,
gonna wear your kilt?
I'm gonna feel so. No, I'm not gonna wear a kilt. I'm gonna feel so dressed down because she's gonna be in this big fancy dress,
Wear a tux,
and I'm
dude.
wearing khakis and a button down. This is what I'm wearing.
Yeah, but you know what? No one cares how the groom looks
I know.
on the wedding day.
You're right.
No one's looking at the groom.
Yes.
Only she is. So
You're
if she
right.
approves, you're golden.
Right.
If she approves of what you're wearing, you're good. No one else cares.
Right.
They're only looking at her, followed second by the flower girl.
See, the thing
groom
is,
way
she
down the
wanted me to
list.
wear linen shirt,
Yeah, because that's like
and
a
it
beach
looks
kinda
like
thing.
perpetually wrinkly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I thought maybe I should wear a nicer, button down instead of linen.
If it's hot and humid enough, it'll steam out and just kind of.
It won't be humid. It's never really humid.
Not
in
humid that time of year.
It's warm. It can be up into the 82, 83, but there'll be some wind coming off the ocean.
Let's do a little jog around the block, get a little sweat going,
Well,
get those wrinkles out.
anyway, March 15th, it'll be in the afternoon, kind of like coffee and dessert,
Sweet.
cookies, whatever. Anybody is invited to come. I'm going to be sending out like email stuff or social media posts. So, and
Is it
I'll-
like open house.
yeah, open house. You can come anytime between like 1 and 4 or whatever it is. I'm going to send out an e-invite to that, as well as an announcement that we're getting. We'll have the wedding and a link to the live stream feed, and then also wherever
Cool.
she has registered us for stuff.
Yeah.
But
Amy said to wear linen pants. She wear pajama pants.
linen pants are kind of pajama pants, aren't they?
Kinda.
Yeah.
Well, they're easy pants. Wear those.
Those easy pants aren't linen.
They're cotton. Easy,
Easy,
linen-y enough. I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, that's all.
What is linen?
It's like tablecloth stuff.
I know. No. I mean, well, what's the actual, like, what's it made of?
The blend,
Is it cotton?
I think.
Or is it thin? It can't be wool. It would be hot.
Linen is a strong absorbent, dries faster than cotton, made from fibers of the flax plant.
Ooh, flax. Would not have thought that.
It's old. I mean, they have
I know, yeah.
reference to it in the Bible.
Okay. I just never really thought about what the material is. Flax, eh? Okay. Cool.
Anyway, on that note, hope you learned something. Hope you have a good rest of the week, and hope to see you Sunday.
Yep.
Say goodbye, Greg.
Goodbye, Greg.
Good night, Dad.